Hello everyone. I must start by saying hello to the Commissioner. Thank you for doing this today. It's wonderful to have this back. It's something that's been missed. And I know when I travel, the number one question is, when is the Storytelling Festival happening? And now I got to answer for them. As we sit here, my house is over there to the right. It's behind the food trucks there. It's known as Pioneer House number 2. I grew up there. It's one of the houses we grew up in, me and Danny. Danny's here today. There he is, Danny. It was one of the houses we grew up in, and it was a wonderful neighborhood to grow up in the shipyards. There was lots of little bachelor cabins. Next door to us was Andy Gertie's place, and Andy Gertie had a lovely little Quonset hut, and Uncle Tony had a garden there. And Uncle Tony made the best salads in the world. That's the time that I absolutely love his salads. He had a secret recipe for his dressing, which nobody ever knew until come close to him passing, and finally he told me the secret. But I can keep a secret too. But his salads were just so delicious. I never knew about that. To this day, I'm still chasing after that good salad. I was thinking about one of my stories I end with, that everyone has a job to do. And in our family, everyone had jobs to do too. Danny's job was to find the first crocuses of the springtime. And he would pick them and show them to us. And the reason is we need to have hope that there's going to be spring and summer coming. So we had those crocuses to show us that. So that was Danny's job. And then when we moved camp, we would move to camp either at Fish Lake or Kusua Lake. My mom and my brother Jim would set up the wall tent. And while they were doing that, my mom would be getting things ready to cook. She was an excellent cook. Anything that she cooked was just delicious. Whether it was fish or moose meat, it was delicious. And then my job was to collect the firewood, the little twigs and things to start a fire. And I would start the fire, small hot fire at first, get it going a little bit hotter, get things ready to go cooking. So that was my job, to start that fire, and just to this day, that's my job. And first thing I get to a camp, I start getting things ready for the campfire. Gotta get the right exact holes for cooking. Speaking of cooking, that Bannock Shack is open now. We already had some, that was really good. Did you have some? Not yet? Well, I recommend it. It's really good, Bannock. And she made hamburger soup today. Look at that, I'm a commercial. And since we're having a new beginning here, I thought I'd start with the beginning story about the crow. Crow was flying around. Crow was flying around in the dark, and he was tired of it. And he knew about this chief who had all the light of the world. He had the sun, the moon, and the stars. So he thought about how he could get into that house. Crow sat there and watched him. By the way, when I say crow, it means raven as well. It's the same difference to us. He sat there and watched what was going on in that house. And what he saw every day, there was a slave that would come down and get the water from the creek, take it back up to the house. So Crow thought about what to do. He turned himself into a spruce needle. He floated in the water, and he waited for that slave to come get the water for the day. And sure enough, he scooped him up. Now that little princess, that was the one that the water was for, the chief's daughter. She said, "Make sure that water's clean. Make sure that there's nothing in there." "Okay," says the slave. And he looks in the water, and there's a spruce needle in there. Spruce needle in there again. Each time we did that 4 times, there was spruce needle in there. She won't notice. Takes the water to her. What's the matter with you? I told you to change that water, check that water good. I'm sorry. So she swallowed that spruce needle. Sure enough, within weeks and months, she started to grow. Now that chief was mad because he was saving his princess for a high marriage. "What's the matter with you? I told you to watch my daughter." Slave said, "I don't know. I don't know what happened." So, sure enough, pretty soon it come time for her to have that baby. That baby come out quick. If you know anything about babies, the first one doesn't come out quick. The first one comes out slow. So, they say that little baby boy came out of her, and he crawled out of her. And when she saw her grandpa, the chief, she winked at her. Wink. And the chief was, so surprised. Now, grandfathers loved their grandsons so much. So, come time when the little boy wants toys. And he would get all kinds of toys to play with. He would play with Xboxes and Game Boys and all of these toys. But the little boy wanted what was in that box, that little box. What was in there? Sparkling. "Grandpa, can I have what's in that box? What's in that little box?" No, that's grandfather's lights. Those are mine. No. Okay, Grandpa, please, Grandpa. No, you can't have them. Grandpa, please. Grandfather thought, well, it can be no harm. I'll let him play with it. So he gave him that little box, opened it up, and out floated the stars in the house. Now somebody had left the window open, so those stars flew out the window and went up into the sky. Wow, so beautiful. Everybody was staring at those stars, wishing upon them. Grandfather said, "Hey, what's the matter with you? That's my stars. What'd you do with them?" "Oh, sorry, Grandpa." Now, pretty soon, he's playing with those toys again, but you know the way little boys are, they get bored. Ah, so boring, so boring. "Grandfather, can I play with what's in that box?" The next biggest box, which is in there. The moon. "Grandfather, can I play with that?" "No way. I gave you the stars. They're up in the sky. People are making wishes on them. I don't like it. You're not going to get my moon." "Grandfather, please, Grandfather, I'll be careful with it. I'll put it away. I'll be careful." No, no, no. Well, the little boy started to cry. Wah, wah, wah. He started to roll around crying. Wah, 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 wah. He wouldn't shut up. Just kept crying and crying and crying. Finally, the grandfather said, "Okay, I'll let you play with that moon if everyone make sure that everything's closed up, the windows are closed, and everything's closed." Okay, so everybody closed the windows, and they gave him the box. He opened it up. Oh boy, it was a big, beautiful, full moon. Ooh, so nice. Just then somebody opened up the door. Zing, he threw out that moon. So it went outside, went up into the sky. Big, beautiful, full moon. And everybody was like, "Wow, what is that? It's beautiful." The grandfather said, "What's the matter with you? I gave you the moon to play with and now you threw it up into the sky. Everybody's going to look at it." "Oh, sorry, Grandfather. Sorry. Oh, sorry." So, time passed. I don't know how long he would wait until he could ask for the last box, the biggest box, the brightest box, the shiniest box, the one that held the sun. "Grandfather, can I play with that box? Can I play with that box there?" "No way, no way. I gave you the stars. They're up in the sky. I gave you the moon. It's up in the sky. I'm not going to give you this one." "Grandfather, please, Grandfather." "No way. Grandfather, please, please." He started to cry. Wah, wah, wah. He started to roll around. Wah, wah, wah. His eyes bugged out. Wah, wah, wah. He cried so hard he threw up. Blah, blah. Oh, I don't like to see my grandson like that. If we could have everyone to watch the windows, watch the doors, I can let my grandson play with this big box here. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, okay, thank you, Grandfather. So he got that box, the sun. Ooh, big, beautiful sun. So nice. Now, in a place like this, a longhouse, in the middle part there's a campfire, and above it is a smoke hole. Now back then a raven used to have white feathers. So the raven, little boy, turned himself back into the raven. And the raven flew up to the smoke hole. And he tried to squeeze his way out of there. And his white feathers turned into black feathers from the soot from the smoke hole. And he flew away. And the grandfather said, I thought there was something funny about that kid. And that's the story about how the raven got the sun and moon and the stars for us. I see there's a bit of sunshine. There's a bit of sunshine out there, but we could use a little bit more. But I guess we shouldn't be greedy like the little boy. Yeah, so when we lived here, this used to be the shipyards for White Pass Yukon route. And we had all kinds of fun here. We made snow forts, and we made forts out of railway ties, which I think is probably not a good idea, but we did it. And there was a whole bunch of families that lived here too. Like Earl Derbyshire lived down the way. It's called Sleepy Hollow. And we were on the shipyards part. And we used to go to school and to White Horse Elementary. And every day the train would be going back and forth, which I learned later was called exchanging. And I used to be late for school because of that. My brothers would be running underneath the train as it was moving, which I didn't think was that good of an idea. But I chickened out and was late for school every day. Pretty crazy, hey, Auntie? I did the right thing, eh? Yeah. I'm still here. Yeah. And Jimmy found some mercury, which Earl confirmed with me the other day, that he came home with this silver stuff, and I didn't know what it was, but it was really cool to feel it, and told me that that was what was in thermometers. Anyways, it's coming up here.
Explain that though, because there was a lot of it. There was a lot of that mercury around. It was really easy to find that mercury, and you'd find a big ball of it. We think it came from the trains, something in their brakes or something out of their wheels, but we'd find a big ball of mercury, and mercury is poison. And we'd find it all along the tracks there, and we'd take it home and play with it for days. You'd drop it, it'd bust in a million pieces, and you'd put it all back together, and we weren't supposed to be playing with it, but we don't know where it showed up from, but we got it. It must have been part of the train system, but it was often found. Sorry.
Thank you. Give a hand for Earl Derbyshire. He was best friends with my brother Jimmy, who's the oldest brother. So Jimmy was a bit of a scientist even back then with that mercury. And this one time he said that he's going to jump off clay cliffs with a parachute. So we were pretty astounded, because where did Jimmy get a parachute from, first of all? So we gathered at the bottom of the ship of the clay cliffs. I can see it from here. It's called Suicide Hill. And all kids are all gathered there waiting for Jimmy to go. So we cheered him on. So if you could help me cheer him on. Go, Jimmy, go. Go, Jimmy, go. Go, Jimmy, go. Go, Jimmy, go. And off Jimmy went, off the clay cliffs. And lasted for about 1 second. And then he tumbled all the way down, tumbled all the way down to the bottom. And that was Jimmy's big flight. And I asked him, where did you get that parachute? Here he had found big garbage bags at Yukon Hall, and he sewed them together to make it into a parachute. Because Yukon Hall was a residential school and had these giant commercial garbage bags. I'm not even keeping track of my time here. How am I doing? Time for one more story? Okay. I was thinking about grandmas and grandchildren. It's a very special relationship. And the story is about this one grandma. She was talking to the chief, and the chief had said that there was a giant owl that was coming around, and the giant owl was coming and either getting a dog to take it away and eat it. Sometimes it would take away a kid to take away and eat it. And so they didn't want this to happen anymore, so he said that he's going to leave that grandma there to be left for that giant owl to be eaten. The reason was that grandma couldn't walk, just like me. She couldn't walk. She crawled herself around though. She was very strong. So the little grandchild said, "Don't leave me, my grandma, that's mean. I'm eaten by the giant owl." "Okay, you can stay with your grandma, but you're stupid. You're going to get eaten by the giant owl too." "Okay," says. The people started to pack up their camp, and they started to leave. It's a sad thing to see them leave. What could they do but work? Grandma's always working. She started digging a hole with her stick. And she said, "Grandchild, go get wood for the campfire." Okay, grandchild did that. Kept digging that hole. "Grandchild, go pick pitch. Nice spruce pitch. Pick lots." Grandchild did that. grandchild put that on the fire, the spruce pitch. And when that spruce pitch melts down, it's like a glue, very hot, sticky glue. Grandma was busy with that hole she was digging. Pretty soon that hole was done. Grandma had the fire going, with that spruce pitch on the fire, and they waited. They waited for Matey, the giant owl. Hoo, 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 hoo. Giant owl coming. Hoo, 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 hoo. Where's all your people, old woman? They left me. You're supposed to eat me. But my bones, meat is tough. Start with my grandchild, nice and soft. Okay, old woman. It was winter time. She said, warm up your wings beside the fire. It's very cold out, grandfather. Okay, old woman. She turned around, warmed up the wings. Feels good. When the back was turned, Grandma took her stick and knocked the giant owl into the hole. And then she poured that boiling hot pitch onto him. And he started to burn. He started to sizzle. He sounded like bacon frying on Sunday morning. You tricked me. And they waited till it was all quiet. Grandchild, go down there and collect this bone, the smallest one. It was this big. Grandchild went down there, put it in their pack sack, climbed out. Okay. She said, now we're going to catch up to our people. So they started getting closer to their people. Grandma was on a caribou hide toboggan, being pulled by grandchild. What a good grandchild that is. I hope I get one like that someday. They pulled it, and they got closer and closer to the people. And the people said, it's a go grandma. She's gonna bring us bad luck. Go away, bad luck, bad luck. Just wait. I killed the giant owl. She's lying. How could she kill us? She's crippled. She can't do nothing. What's the matter with her? Just wait. So the grandchild took her pack sack off, took out that claw that was this big, and said, look we killed the giant owl. And since that time, no more were people thrown away because everybody had a job to do. And that's the story. Thank you for listening to my stories. I'm really happy to be here at the Storytelling Festival. I'm really happy to share this with my auntie, my true auntie, Adeline Weber, Commissioner Adeline Weber. I'll tell you one thing about her. She's the best berry picker in the world. I don't think she's going to tell you where, though. performing tomorrow too at the at the Indigenous Day between 11 and 1 at not Shipyards, at Conan Cultural Center. So hopefully you can come check that out too. And I want to thank Earl for that wonderful tea and sharing a story about the mercury. We can be a duo, Earl. I'll bring the bannock, you bring the tea. He said he'll bring a jam, Earl jam. Okay, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. You don't have to move venues for this next one. It's right here.